Hello and welcome to week 3. For week 3, you'll start with your reading assignments. You have chapter 9 in Patterns for a Purpose. You have either chapter 24 in I'll Be Brief, or if you're using the ebook, you'll look at chapters 12E, 12F, 17, and 18. You have a plethora of PowerPoints that are available to you to help you through both the grammar and usage checkpoint this week, as well as getting ready to write your comparison essay. If you move on to the review section for week 3, you'll notice that you have project number 2 and a compare and contrast graphic organizer. Project number 2 is looking at that comparison and contrasting, but I also want you to use examples or illustrations to bolster this particular comparative essay. So in project number 2, you'll notice that you have the draft due this week, Sunday by 11:55 p.m. and you'll have your final copy due the next week, Sunday at 11:55 p.m. You'll still turn in the MLA format with the header and the heading, as well as making sure that the paper itself is 3 to 5 pages, typed and double spaced. This time you're thinking about 2 or more items that you're going to examine for similarities, differences, or both. You want to keep that purpose of your paper in mind. Why are you comparing the 2 items? What do you intend to show about them? You also want to think about your audience. Who are you presenting this information to? So your introduction will generate some reader interest, introduce the items, allude to your purpose, and state your thesis. What you want to think about in the body of your paragraph is whether you're going to use block or alternating pattern. Block means that you are going to talk all about one item and then all about the other item, but you'll keep what you say in the same order. So if you talk about, for example, features on a person and you're comparing 2 people, and you start with hair, eyes, lips, feet, you'll talk about hair, eyes, lips, and feet with the other person. So that's what you'll need to do with block. If it's alternating using the same example, you'll talk about the hair about one person and then hair about the other. Then you'll talk about eyes about one and eyes about the other. So either way, you do stay in order. It's just a matter of how that order plays out organizationally. Is it all blocked together, or do you alternate between the 2 items that you're comparing? Again, I want you thinking about in communities. We've been talking about that in our last paper, and I want to continue that particular idea throughout the semester. So you can compare Detroit to a neighboring suburb. You might want to include neighborhood, shopping, entertainment, visitor appeal. You can compare a particular street in a suburb to one in Detroit, or you could even do a street in a suburb to a street in a suburb. For example, something like Gratiot or Woodward, they're very long streets and they go through many communities. So what does it look like in Birmingham as opposed to, let's say, Royal Oak? You can compare a rural environment to an urban. So you want to be specific, and you also want to make sure that these are, let's just say, Michigan in general. They don't necessarily have to be located in southeastern Michigan. So you can see that these are some ideas for you, but you're also welcome to ask me. Again, I want this to be close to home and close to you, because you do not need to research this. So I should not see how many people can be seated in a particular venue unless you know that off the top of your head. I want to see things like you ate a hot dog at one and it tastes a lot like the hot dog that you ate at the other. I want you to think about how these build a sense of community in the moment. So by attending these things or shopping in a certain place or eating there, you feel like you're part of that community. If you have any questions about the assignment, let me know. What you're going to do before you get to that draft, though, is you're going to use this particular compare and contrast graphic organizer. You'll tell me what item 1 and item 2 are. You'll have your thesis statement at the top. And then you'll use Google Images or something similar, wherever you can find images, to illustrate item 1 and then illustrate item 2. You'll use 10 images per collage. So 10 for item number 1, 10 for item number 2. My suggestion is you go to the File menu, you make a copy of this, and then you can share the link with me, or you can download it into a Word or a PDF file in order to upload it for the assignment. If you have any questions about that, let me know. Please pay attention to dates this week. Discussion forum number 3 is due on Friday. Project number 2 draft is due Sunday, and your grammar and usage checkpoint is due on Sunday. As always, if you do have questions, which I've said many times over the course of this video, let me know. You can always email me either through the inbox in Canvas or through my Macomb email. I'm happy to get back to you as soon as possible. And remember too that sometimes it might take me a little closer to a full day to get back to you, but if you haven't received something back from me in 24 hours, please email me again.